Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm sorry, I've been gone for a little bit for sure. I think the last prompt I did might have been magazine and belly band. I got totally inundated in Christmas life, and I'm back now at what's today? The 23rd. But I haven't even done any of these. And so I'm going to start with the 21st just because I did do the prompt and I just kind of want to show you what I did, and maybe we can make a second one together, and then I'll see where my time is at that point. All I have to say is somehow the last week and a half just slipped away. I'm sure you're in the same boat. It's so busy this time of year and there's so many things going on. And because of that, I really want to express my thanks to Barbara and Louisa, because I have the option, you have the option of dropping off and not participating for a few days and catching up. But they committed to this DEPHEMEREMBER program, and they are doing it every single day, taping, creating, editing, posting. And that's for us. And I just want to thank them so very much for that. So having said that, this is what I came up with for my prompt. I came up with this little, I don't know what you want to call it, thingamajig that you could put in a journal, that you could put in Happy Mail. And basically, I fulfilled the prompt with wax seal here and then a little homemade tea bag, what was it called? A tea bag label, because like Barbara, I had problems using an actual one, and I ended up ruining the only one I had. So I ended up using just a ticket stub and folding it over, which I think is actually pretty cute. And if you have one of those little raffle tickets hanging around, very easy way to do that. And I'm using the wax seal here as sort of a closure. And then it opens up like this, and then inside I have some collaging, and I have a paper wax seal that I got from a digital kit. You will see that I am using, and on this piece I use digital kits. The background here and this piece come from this person here. A little journal time, and these were actually freebies that she shared. And I hate to be promoting another artist during a December daily hosted by Barbara and Louisa, but I don't believe they have anything like this in their shop, so I don't think that this would be a conflict. And these were freebies, so I would suggest you find that, you know, a little journal time on Instagram and follow her if you want to have these freebies. So I just added the background and a tag and her little digital of a wax stamp and some original ephemera that I had. And this little piece I think was gifted to me. And so that ends up being my little piece. I think these sentiments it also came from the same artist, but might have also come somewhere else. I have so many digitals on my desk right now that I'm just sort of like cutting what I have. So I wanted to show you this mechanism before I moved on to the next prompt, because I think it's kind of important. It's really cool. It fits well. You could have a couple of those document closure like circles here and just close it with a string, or not even close it at all. It pulls open neat. And I just wanted to sort of show you how to make this. So I took a piece of cardboard, and let me measure it for you. It can be any size. It doesn't need to be the size that I'm creating. And let's see. This one happens to be a little over 11.5 inches by by a little over 5.5. So you could do like 11.5 by 5, I guess. You don't have to do it any particular size. And then you just want to make sure you know where the middle is and mark that, so that then you can mark where you need to cut this point. And then all you're going to do, and you could do this on a trimmer or, you know, just with scissors, is you want to cut the point like this. So then you have this shape. And then it's just a matter of taking these 2 points that you see and fold and lining them up and giving a little pinch so you know where the center is, and you can fold that. Well, actually, you don't fold that. I folded it to give myself these dimensions, but this actually stays flat, so you don't have to fold it. You just have to know where the center is. And then you take from the center like that, and you will be folding that. So now I'm going to take this point to the center. So now you see, I shouldn't have folded there. This would be just flat without the fold. I'm going to cover this with paper so it doesn't matter, but I don't really want the fold on the back, so don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Don't fold that. And then you're just going to fold here, and then you're going to take this point and you're going to fold back to this piece here. Kind of reminds me of a tuxedo. I don't know why, but it just does. If you haven't lined it up 100% right, like I mustn't have, you're going to get a little flap like that. But at that point, you could always trim it. You know what I mean? You don't have, just so that it is flush with the other side. And that is pretty flush down at the bottom. So all I'm going to do is kind of cut that straight. So as you can tell, I am not a perfectionist. I mean, I am to a certain extent with weird things, but not with measuring. I'm kind of a loosey-goosey kind of person. So if that would bother you, then you just have to make sure that your folds and your measures are perfect. But this is really what the design is. So then it just opens like that. Okay, so now that you saw how I constructed that last prompt, let's move on to mushroom and circle. So I really like the CD envelopes that you can get, but they're harder and harder to get. And I just want to I'm kind of inspired by that for this one, for the circle. And not everybody has the CD labels. So I was thinking it might be fun to make our own using like a big hole, like a big circle punch. And I think I just learned this the other day, and I was like, are you kidding me? I never knew this. I didn't know that you could actually punch your own circle by folding in half. And I do want to try that, but I'm wondering if I just want to cover it more. Let's see first if we can do it this way. So if I go in like this, I'm not going to get that centered on the paper. And I do need it centered if I'm going to cover the envelope. So what I'm going to do, and this is what, I forget who just showed me this. It might have been in this series that I saw it. And I apologize that I can't quite recall who was the one that did it. But I don't want to fold it too much. I don't want that fold to be very pronounced. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to kind of go halfway. I'm going to center it on the paper. Like that. And then I'm going to punch it. And I should be able to have the center right there. And it did work. Now, I don't like the fold on there, but maybe I can cover that up. So then that could be placed right on the center of my envelope, like that. And it would be very, very neat to have, to do it through here, but then I can't do my mushroom. And I was thinking I was going to use this wire ribbon that I bought at Joann's Fabrics, and they were, God, cheap, $3 for a huge roll because it's a Christmas, they're clearancing them. And it has wire in there, but you can just pull the wire out of wire ribbon. You don't have to keep the wire in. So I'm just going to pull that wire out. And I really wanted the circle to be in front like that. But as you can see, there I see some brown, some of the craft paper. So I think I want to bring in a little of this plaid because I think that's really nice. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build it onto here. I want to see, what do I want to have centered on here? If I do it this way, I have a little of this down here, which I don't particularly care for. If I do this, I get the mushrooms and a little bit of the flowers and a little of these mushrooms that come down, which I think is really kind of cool. So I'm going to cut that there. And I'm just going to hold it in place for now with washi so I know where I want it. I know I kind of want it like that. Oh, and I can kind of see it through the back, so that's good. So I'm going to put that right there. And I'm just doing this to hold it in place until I figure out what exactly I'm doing. And then I do want some plaid. And I like the red and black plaid here. What I might do is I can put it, let me put this behind it so it's easier to see. I could just have a little bit of plaid peeking on each side, or I could place the plaid on top of the ribbon like that. Ooh, I like that. I like how if it comes from the side, I like that a lot. And then I have to decide if I'm going to be covering, this fold, do I want the fold this way or this way? And I think I like it sideways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on the ribbon first. I don't need the washi anymore. And as I do this, I have to, gosh, apologize for how long. I really thought I was going to do a lot more of these prompts, but I do a monthly video called Tea With Me, and that took a long time this month, and it really took me away from these prompts. So having said that, I really had hoped to do a few more of these prompts than I am doing. But it's supposed to be fun, and I'm just super grateful that I can drop in and out when I want. And that's one of the things I wanted to say. Louisa and Barbara committed to this, and they cannot drop out if they want to, because it's their challenge, and they've put a ton of work into it. So I just wanted to really thank them. It's so much work to plan this, to do the videos every day, to edit every day, to make the freebies for us. And I just so appreciate everything that they did to make this for us, and I just wanted to thank them. I have purchased something from their shop and bought them coffee because I think it's important to show some gratitude. I'm not saying you have to do the same, but I hope everyone will at least thank Barbara and Louisa. And if you can do something like buy them a coffee, or you can do something like get from their shop, buy something from the shop, I think that's a great way of showing gratitude to them. Buying the coffee obviously is making a contribution to their channel, and buying from their shop helps support their business. It helps their business numbers, and especially if you review as well. So I think either or both are great ways. Now, I really love the way that that looks, especially on this white cardstock. And I really like the idea of putting some, hello, words, Michelle, some plaid here. But I got to cover up this fold line. So I think I'm just going to go really, really simple. And, well, I say that. You should probably never trust me because I say things and then I do the exact opposite. There's two things I could do. I could put this trim, which has got like gold bling on it, on this side, and then put a little bit here, and then the plaid, which is very festive. Or I could take the washi tape and just do a very simple line right across, which might be nice too. Simple but nice. So let me just get a piece of washi. I'm going to add a little bit of glue stick to it because you know how washi is. I'm going to cut this edge. I'm just going to push that one like that. I like edges to be clean, so I'm actually going to fold this under and fold that over. And then on this side, I will add a little gold as well. Just like that. And then I would like to add a little of this just on the edge. So here's the thing. With an envelope, if I do it right here on the fold, this can still be an envelope, but it can be a great pocket in a journal. So I think what I want to do is cut it down to the right dimensions. And probably the best way to do that is with a craft knife, just so I can be sure I'm lining it up correctly. I work on a piece of glass. That is why I can cut without anything underneath, because I'm actually cutting on glass. And I can also trim using my scissors once I've made the line, if it's not cutting so well. Actually, that might be just the easiest. I usually cut after I've glued, but I just want to eyeball the plaid. All right. And I think what I might do is fold the plaid over on the flap. I think I'd like it more centered. So what I'm going to do is take my Fabri-Tac and I'm really going to glue this on well. I'm not going to get it on the fabric because I don't want it to bleed through, but I do want everywhere else for it to really stick very, very well. And I think with this, I want it to be somewhat centered, which means I'm going to pull it past, and I'll trim that after. Okay. And then I'm going to, I don't know if do I want to rip it or do I want it straight? I guess I'll have it straight, but let me figure out where the fold is. I hate folding things after. I feel like it always pulls a lot on the glue. So let's get that flap all glued together good. And I'll glue the other side once it's dry. And now I can trim this side. Just like that. And I can trim this part of the envelope so it sits flush with the envelope. So when I glue that, it looks good. And I mean, this is super simple, but I also really like it. I think I just need like a sentiment is what I need. So I have this sentiment believe in black and white. I'm going to cut it. Like that. And maybe I'll put just a little plaid, just to play that plaid off itself one more time. And again, this is so simple. Very, very, not as many layers as some of the other projects I've done, but still would look so pretty in a journal. Sometimes things don't have to be over the top. Like if you watched Maud's the other day when she did the butterflies with the tea bag. I mean, that to me is just so simple, but just so cute. Sometimes you just don't need to gild the lily, right? I'm going to almost make it so it's coming off just like that. And I'm not even going to ink this. The only thing I'm trying to decide if I want to do, and if I don't like it, it will ruin the piece, so I have to think about this carefully, is put gilding wax on some of these bumps. So look how cute that is. Like, I really like it just the way it is. I might add that bling now, like right under the believe, just to really make it, add that little bit of bling, which I kind of like. I do like that. It just makes it a little bit more special. I really do want, I do think it might be neat to put a little bit of gold on some of these, but I really don't know how it would come out. Did I trim any of, it was pretty much the same size, so it's not like I have a piece I can really test that on. I would need a piece of that same kind of paper. Ooh, I do have a little piece. Let me see. I'm going to just take this little piece that I have from another project and test it, because I'm just not sure. Like, I was thinking if I ran my fingers over it, it would just catch on the bumps, but it kind of makes like a little, I don't know. I don't want to screw it up because I just really like it as simple as it is. I think the only thing I would probably add to it is I'd probably do a zigzag stitch on my machine right here. That would be super cute if you wanted to sew it. I gotta glue this side now. And you could literally use this as an envelope for a gift or something, Happy Mail, whatever. Or you could really just put it in a journal over the side of a page like that and flip it up and back, and would look really beautiful. This is very plain. I do have some black paper. I'm not sure I would cover the whole thing in black paper. Maybe I would simply, let me get my half piece out. Maybe I'd simply mimic the circle. This is a very thin paper. I also have this, the white, right? That's kind of cute, right? You know what? I'm not going to gild the lily on this one. You guys have suffered through a lot of videos with me that I go way too long. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a couple elements that I think will make the back a little cute. And then I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to add that same gold washi that I used on the front, just so that it's consistent. I'm going to use it, number 1, on the edge here. And I think I'm going to use it right here on the edge here. I'm just going to put a little bit using my glue stick. I actually have one that has a little bit more color to it. So I'll add that one just to make it a little different. And I'm just going to add this little piece because I thought that was really cute, just peeking out over the tab. And then trust me, I'm not going to do more. I know, you can't believe it. I can't believe it, actually. And I think that just makes that back really cute. So that if it's in a journal, this is one of my personal journals, and I could just flip this. Well, it doesn't really work on this page because I have something on this page, but you can see on this side, it could just be a flip and then a pocket. Or you could glue it on like that. And then whatever page it's on, you could see the back is cute. Let me see if I have a plain. I've done a lot of journaling in this book, so I don't know if I have a page. It's plain. But let's say it was on this page right here. It has a nice little, nice little look on this side as well. And if you just glued it here, you could slip something in there. Or you could sew it on, and it could be a tuck spot on this side, and then a flip on that side. So again, that is super, super easy and short. And that is the 2 prompts. And that is the 2 prompts that I have for today for Defember. So what's left is today's prompt. These 2 were 21 and 22, and today is December 23rd. So today would be lace timetable or calendar, and I really, really do want to get to that as well. So I hope to make another video. I really, really do. I have no idea what my schedule is going to be in the next 48 hours. I know Christmas Eve I'm gone the whole day, so it really is only today and tomorrow. So we'll see if I can pull it out. But if I can't, I wish you the happiest holidays. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you liked my 2 interpretations of the prompt. I will put the person below her information where I had the kit that I used for the wax seal and this paper. And I want to say a big, big thank you to Louisa and Barbara for everything they've done for us this month. It was such a gift to me, and I'm sure it is to you too. I will see you guys soon. Bye.